Well, everybody, I'm actually going to be showing off the Nvidia Shield K1 tablet. Now, this device is a very powerful micro console. I'm calling it a micro console because check out what I have on here. I have Titan Souls, Doom 3 BFG Edition, and Borderlands 2, along with some other Android mobile apps. I'm actually going to show you the Shield Hub, which is actually where you do purchase most of these games. So you got featured. Half-Life 2 obviously is on there. Half-Life 2 Episode 1. And then Borderlands 2 and NBA 2K17, which unfortunately is the mobile version of this. So we have new releases. Now here, this is where you can purchase all the games that run on the Shield. And the shop is the only place where you can actually get them from. These games all will run on the Shield. There are some games that you do see on PC that you will not find on any other Android device, like Doom 3 BFG Edition. I do believe that is only exclusive to the Nvidia Shield along with Trine 2. I believe Half-Life 2 is exclusive as well. It's probably because these games were ported by Nvidia Fastlight Studios, so it would make sense that they are exclusive to this platform. There is a section that is catered directly towards controller-based games, so even if it is a mobile game and it does have touch controls, it does have controller support. Breakneck, it does have touchscreen. However, you can actually control it using the controller. Now, what I'm currently using right now is a controller on this device. These games that you see here, I do know some of them are natively for, mobile phones, etc. You can find them on the mobile app store of, the Apple iTunes store or the Android's Google Play store. However, a lot of them have gotten some slight upgrades graphically and or have added controller support because of the Shield. Now, a lot of these games go for relatively cheap compared to their PC counterparts. Like Doom 3 BFG Edition goes for about $10 as opposed to the $20 asking price which it has on Steam. Half-Life 2 also goes for about $10. Titan Souls, which also is a PC title, goes for about $14, and I think that's actually a relatively new title, so it kind of makes sense. However, these titles are relatively cheap. Now, I'm actually going to go to GeForce Now, and the first section I'm going to show is the buy and play instantly section. The buy and play instantly section allows you to purchase games and keep them forever. It even gives you a code to actually play them, download and install them, and play them on Steam. So if you buy it here and you get a decent gaming PC later on down the road, you can go ahead, take the code, and put it in on Steam, and you'll have it on your Steam account. There are a lot of recent titles: No Man's Sky, Witcher 3, Abzu, Virginia, Metro 2033 Redux, Mad Max, the Lego games, which are actually right here, Homefront, which I actually heard wasn't great, Dead Island Definitive Edition, Riptide, and the first game, Solus. Solus actually looks pretty interesting. Another Lego game, Hard Reset Redux, and you could probably see what's there. New for members is essentially the free section where you can just play whatever games that are there. The price for the service goes for around $7.99, so $8. It has sections here that allow you to kind of get a broader search of everything. Borderlands, the original at least, is available on here. It's kind of weird because Borderlands 2 is on there and can actually run on the Shield itself. They have Street Fighter 4, Murdered Soul Suspect, Resident Evil Revelations 2, etc. And essentially, it kind of is what you see here. Each section finds you certain games. It's kind of sad because certain games like Marvel Heroes 2016, etc., especially online games. The online component for some of these games has actually been shut off for the sake of playing it over GeForce Now. I tried actually playing online on Shadow Warrior 2, which I own, and there's absolutely no way I can actually get online with it. Even though the game has a heavy emphasis on co-op, there's absolutely no way I can actually play with other players because it's purposely restricted for whatever reason. Now, actually, I needed to mention this. Game Stream, which is available here. I don't have Shadowplay on my PC, so I can't really show you this. For some reason, I've been having trouble installing Shadowplay, and I don't know why. I would really love to use this, though. It'd be great. I could just go ahead, go in, my bathroom or something, and just play whatever game I happen to have on there. It kind of sucks that I can't actually play whatever game is there. It really does. Also, controller-wise, I can't really control whatever game I have using my controller here. I don't know if the Sheild will automatically interpret controls through the Sheild device to my computer, but I'm just unsure about that. Media apps, just typical shit. And news section, it just tells you news about what games are out for the Sheild, what new developments have happened. Apparently Tomb Raider's come to the Sheild TV, but not the K1 tablet yet. But let's go and try out a game. So we're actually going to go ahead and try out Doom 3 BFG Edition. So this is the full game of Doom 3, okay? It isn't cut down, there's nothing missing. The full-blown version that we saw on Xbox 360 and PS3, as well as PC. Visuals, it looks pretty good, considering that this title, even though it is a game from like literally 2005, the remastered version, which is currently running on this device, runs really well. It looks great, and I actually have to take my hat off to Nvidia for actually doing a good job with this device, because not only can this device run games like this, but we're actually seeing game studios like in Nintendo actually making hardware like the Nintendo Switch that can actually play games like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild portably. Like you're no longer needing to actually be at your home to play these games. You can play them on the go. You can play AAA titles on the go. Something that you normally don't see in today's gaming atmosphere. We don't have a lot of mobile devices anymore, especially dedicated ones like the Nintendo 3DS, where you can play AAA titles on. Now we got one that does far more than just play the odd mobile game. It can actually play AAA titles, and the Nintendo Switch and the Sheild are proof of that. You can play games that you see on PC, that you can see on Xbox One, PS4, on the Switch. Now, the Nvidia Sheild and the Switch obviously have two major downfalls, and that's the very low power that the processing chip has. Now, it's a very powerful system, by no means am I saying it's weak, but it does not have the raw power to run certain games. For instance, you're not going to see the Nintendo Switch or the Nvidia Sheild actually running games like Doom 2016. You might see it on GeForce Now on the Sheild, but you're just not going to see it running on the Sheild. You're not going to see that type of game on the Switch or the Sheild. Now, I could be wrong. That might change, and maybe it will run. Maybe they'll actually learn the architecture more in the future, and they'll actually be able to play Doom 2016 on the go, which would be freaking amazing to me. I really hope something like that does happen. I really want to see that, and I really do hope they actually add Doom 2016 to GeForce Now, because then I can go ahead and play it whenever the fuck I want, like whenever I'm at work. Assuming my job has a decent internet connection. I can play Doom 2016 on my break, which is fucking amazing to me. Okay, so this is currently Doom 3 on the Nvidia Shield. It's not being streamed via GeForce Now. It is running on the Nvidia Shield hardware, the Tegra K1 processing chip. This device is amazing. Now, I would show you Borderlands 2. It does run well, however, it does not seem to want to work well whenever I start recording it. So you're going to have to take my word for it in terms of Borderlands 2. There are some limitations, like the one I just mentioned then, where the shadow play feature, yes, this device does come loaded with shadow play on it, will cause performance issues in certain games, depending on how demanding the game is. Borderlands 2, it runs well. However, you need the device at high performance mode, which will kill the battery life much faster than normal, but it will allow the game to run at around medium settings at 30 FPS. And yes, it is actually the PC version because it has graphical options on it. Doom for BFG Edition does not have that. However, Borderlands 2 does look very good on the Nvidia Shield. It is not to the level of the PC version, but it definitely doesn't look like shit either. Yeah. So what you're seeing, like I said, Doom for BFG Edition running on the Nvidia Shield. Now, I'm actually going to save this here and go ahead and exit the game. But what I've essentially showed you here is a very powerful tablet capable of running AAA titles like Borderlands 2, Doom 3 BFG Edition, Talos Principle, Half-Life 2, and many more devices, many more games that are actually on the Shield Hub. You can use GeForce Now to stream PC games, full-fledged PC games, or purchase them and keep them forever. As long as you have a decent internet connection, you will be able to play them. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys later.